Can this tractor and these tow straps help me get that brush off this extremely steep hillside? Well, we're about to find out together. Welcome to the Oliver Way. Well, welcome back to the Oliver Way today, guys. We have a doozy on our hands. This is one that I've been putting off for about a couple weeks. We came out here, like I said, a couple weeks ago, and with a chainsaw cut all of this brush up behind us. And the reason we cut the brush is because as we're standing up at our house in our sunroom and such, we couldn't see where you guys are standing, and that is the horse pasture. And so there was a large chunk of the horse pasture that we just couldn't see from the house. So we decided to get rid of all this overgrown autumn olive and an invasive species up here and go ahead and clear it out and get it out of the way so we can see our pasture. That's all good and well. Coming out here with a chainsaw is no big deal. Getting everything off the hill is always a bit more of a challenge. So I've come up with a plan. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to try this out together. And my intention is to use these tow straps, hook onto some brush and pull it as far as I can so I can just spin around, grab it with the grapple and take it over to our burn pile. So we're going to give that a shot here in just a second. My intention is to go ahead and throw one of these regular old tow straps with a double loop around the box blade. And then I have another one very similar to this one that I intend to also put at the top of the hill and wrap around as much brush as I can, as high up as I can. And as I start pulling what brush I'm attached to, I'm hoping it starts to pull the rest of what I can't get down, even if it takes several attempts here. So that is what we're going to try to do, and we'll do the first one here together and see what we're getting ourselves into here. So let's hook onto this smaller pile that's closest to us for a test run and see how it works. I can tell you one thing, it is extremely wet out here. The rain certainly is not playing nice in recent weeks, but it's making it a challenge to get the tractor further up the hill. I expected to be able to come further up before I had to resort to this plan B. So we're going to wrap around as much as I can here. Nice big wrap. At least get as much of the big stuff that I can in this wrap. I'm then gonna feed this down through and get this guy here too, make sure we don't miss him. This is kind of proof of concept. This one here, I could probably just grab and throw it down the hill. But the ones up at the top of the hill, a little more challenging. And actually, we can do a little test right here. Yeah, that's still going to be a challenge. So I'm going to hook up this tow strap that has the double hooks on the end to each end here that I have and give it a yank with the tractor. The reason I waited so long to get out here and do this is primarily because I wanted everything to be dead so I can get a good look, get a nice look at everything and make sure I don't have anything that I missed while cutting. And in case you're wondering, here in West Virginia, today's the first day that I didn't feel like I was dying just by walking out the door. All right, moment of truth, guys. We're just gonna go in low and slow. Let's see what happens here. A little tension. And it should just come down with me. And there we have it. Now we're just gonna pull it down far enough that I can unhook it. The hard part is this thing's gonna be cinched real tight around this brush. So we gotta loosen it up enough to pull that strap back through the loop, which we should be able to do. Yep. All right, round one done. Let's get set up to go round two. We're gonna get this up here as far as I can with a little chuck. Okay, so proof of concept is complete, and I think it is promising. So I'm going to run to the top of the hill, at least as far as I can reach with the tow straps. And I'm hoping that the further up the hill I get, the more I collect on my way down. So this is deceiving, but it is extremely steep. So I'll let you watch if I make it all the way to the top. Nothing to it but to do it. So is that cool or what? That worked tremendously well. It saved saved a ton of effort, I'll put it that way. My shirt is still, you know, magically changing colors. Every time I step outside, it does that. I still had to work to get up that hill to make sure everything was connected in a decent spot. But my goodness, I would have never been able to do that by hand. That stuff was so intertwined together that the few that I did try to pick up by hand, just to throw it onto the pile before I pulled it out, or whatever I was trying to move out of my way, was a challenge. I was really not able to, it's just so intertwined. You can't do much about it. You can't just pick one branch and pull it out of the pile. It's not going to happen. But these kind of jobs are kind of one of my favorites. So by trade, I am an engineer. That's my day job, 40 hours a week. I work for a consulting firm locally here, and I love a challenge, and I love being able to think out of the box and think critically and to make a plan. That's kind of my wheelhouse. So these kind of things where I have something big in front of me and I've got to put together a plan that I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I get to think through each step of it and decide for myself if it's worth trying first, and then troubleshoot it as I'm going to make it either better or to totally change gears and do something different, are my absolute favorite things as a homeowner, is coming up with new solutions to challenging projects. So that's what we kind of do around here. As an engineer, that's what I've learned through schooling, through 11 years now working as a professional. It's right in my wheelhouse. So today was a huge success. That hill looks tremendously better, although we're not complete. There's still some cleanup to do, maybe a couple more poles with the tractor and a couple tow straps, but that's not a big deal. I now know that I can get it off the hill, and that's the big win today, that we got most of it out of here into the brush pile, ready to burn whenever I have an opportunity to get down here and do this on a proper day. And a little bit of that stuff we can either throw over the fence and pick it up from up by the house, or bring it all down and put it in the pile with everything else. So a huge success today. I am thrilled that that worked out. Today is Friday for me. You'll see this probably Saturday morning, if not Sunday morning. And that means tomorrow for me is a big day around the property. Weekend warrior, professional homeowner, as some would say. So I get to do that tomorrow. We have some flooring going on here, and then we're gonna bring you guys outside. I have a whole bunch of stuff that I have planned around the sawmill, around some brush hogging, some property maintenance, mowing, grass trimming. We're gonna get as much done as possible today. So if you're interested in that and what we get into around this property here in West Virginia, hit that like button for today's video. Hit subscribe so you can see what's coming next. And we will see you guys again tomorrow for another adventure here on the Oliver Way.